We all face uncertainties in life. It can be on a decision. When to do something, what to do, which to choose, how to do, who will do. It can even be an uncertainty on a result or an expectation. You're not so sure about it. Is there a possibility that it can happen? Or maybe. To a certain extent, tiding over these uncertainties or peddling these uncertainties, to put it on a positive note, will depend on your situation, on the situations and circumstances around you, and how one faces these uncertainties, or rather handles the uncertainty. Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Uncertainty can be a sudden one or a gradual one. The one we see here is a sudden one. All of a sudden you are at the tip of the plank and it's totally uncertain. You can't do anything to go forward. I'll share a story on this sudden uncertainty. When I joined my last job, not last actually, one of the last jobs in Bhatia Brothers. The first day itself, I noted a man, a very respectable, middle-aged man. His cabin was at a corner. Though he was very respectable and looked like a very polished and calm person, his face revealed like there was something bothering him. So that was my first day, second day. Like when I had to go to the pantry, I had to cross his cabin and I was noticing him, but it was my first day, second day, I didn't dare to go and ask him. Third day, I just went, shook hands and sat in front of him. I don't know, I'm getting emotional. Initially, he didn't speak up, but gradually when I started to speak, he broke down. He had one son who had completed his engineering and had just got his admission for higher studies in the States and had gone back to Kerala to spend the gap between his travel to the States to spend his grandparents in Kerala. And he had a habit of using earphones while going for his evening walk. So he was walking by the side of the railway track with his headphones on. He saw the train coming from the other side. He waited for the train to pass and he crossed. Unfortunately, there was a train coming from the other side which he couldn't hear because of the headphones then and there. His only son, he was 55 and his wife is also of that age. And what is there for them to look forward to? That is, what is that uncertainty, which was a sudden one. I just shared the story just to make it a point like how severe it can be. Now again, uncertainties can be expected and unexpected. This something is the dice. Okay, now it's sort of undecisive. It's an uncertainty, but there is a result coming out. When the dice fall down, there will be a result. So that is an expected result. And now let me again go back to my expertise. If you are resigning a job without a job in hand, it's definitely an uncertainty, but again it's an expected uncertainty. You know that you are going to resign and you don't have a job and you are going to face an uncertainty. On the other hand, you are getting terminated without a notice. That is not something expected. That is an unexpected uncertainty. Now, coming to the next one. Uncertainties can be reversible as well as irreversible. For example, going back to Ashok's story, the death of his son is not a reversible uncertainty. You cannot reverse it. But whereas, win, lose, draw, you lose a match, you fail in an exam, Those things are reversible. You have a second chance. You can go for the next match and win it. You can sit for the exam again and maybe pass the exam. So it can be either reversible or irreversible. And again, finally, every uncertainty has possibilities. Again, coming back to my expertise. Losing a job, some people take it as a shock or defeat or whatever. But for me, it's always a possibility or an opportunity. Because whenever you are terminated, you will be relieved from the company immediately. The competition clause doesn't stand. And you are free to look for better opportunities wherever you want with your competitor or whoever it is. So that is definitely a possibility, an opportunity. Again, coming back to what President said during his opening speech, there was some uncertainty surrounding the future of our club a couple of years back. I don't know who was there at that time. Toastmaster Sujil was there very much, and yeah, Madam Toastmaster and Toastmaster Arun were also there. It was sheer teamwork and integrity that turned our club to what we see now today. So, uncertainty can have a negative result as well as a positive result, depending on how we handle it. Our club story is definitely a positive outcome of an uncertainty which happened long time back. Maybe if that uncertainty didn't happen, we would have gone with those old members, maybe we would have had so-called cold meetings and we would have gone like that. Because we faced an uncertainty, we went out, did something extraordinary, thanks to Toastmaster Loy again, and we are here today. So I take it as a positive outcome. And finally, risk. Without taking a risk, I don't think anyone has succeeded in life without taking any risk. So risk is a measurable uncertainty, that's what we say. And uncertainty is unmeasurable risk. So having said all these things, let's see what we can learn more about uncertainty from what our members can share today. Going ahead with the meeting, let me introduce the silent role players today. Our timer today is what's it changed? Who's the timer? Is here today? Okay, fine. The position is changed. I'm not aware of that. Sorry. The timer for the day is Toastmaster Ashraf. The grammarian will be Toastmaster J. And the accounder is Toastmaster Jacob, who was here right on time. With that, let's move ahead with the meeting. The next role is something which very well gels with the theme of the meeting today. This particular role, we don't know how many people are going to use this, how many times, or in what context. So it is total uncertainty. And again, the person who is going to present this new word today is the artist of this club, who comes up with those beautiful slides, who even made my theme so beautiful, which I never even thought of. So I am more curious on how his slide will be than what his word will be. Please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Yasir to present the word.